Morning everybody, it's August 3rd. I'm out here on number 17 green, and things are looking pretty good. The golf course is back into shape. We've seen some pretty good recovery on these greens, and I think everybody's pretty pleased with the way things are going. We're down to the details now, and what I wanted to talk about today was our hole changing technique. We've had some people sort of asking questions about how we remove the plugs and insert the plugs, and whether or not that's causing an issue with the way that the ball rolls up to the hole. So what I'm going to do is show you how we do that process. But before I do that, I'll talk a little bit about how we select the area where the hole is going to be for that day. So we have a 12-day cycle that we follow, where the greens are broken up into 6 quadrants. So 2 at the back, which are the blue, 2 in the white, or 2 in the white, which are the middle, and 2 in the red, which are the front. And what we do is each day we alternate those as best we can. So it'll be red left one day, and then red or white right, and then blue left. Now we don't always follow that pattern because of situations like this spring where we had some weak areas and we wanted to keep the flag out of those weak areas, but we're pretty much back into a regular program. And of course there's always requests to move the flag to a certain position for a certain day, like a tournament or a men's night or something like that. So while we in general follow that program, we don't always follow that program. Now, part of the reason we do that is because we want to make sure that we're shifting the traffic around the green. We have on average about 200 players a day, and if you were to imagine a player weighing 150 pounds and the number of steps, I mean, look at the number of steps that I've taken, you can see them in the dew here. And the number of times that person's going to step on the green, you can well imagine it's 200 people times 150 pounds times the number of steps that they take on the green. It creates quite a wear pattern. Also included in that would be the wear from the cleats as well. So we just want to make sure that we move the pins around to try and keep the traffic out of the localized areas. So when we're selecting where the pin's going to go, we sort of inspect the area. As a general rule, we want the area to be sort of 3 to 5 feet around the pin to be flat, so that we're not on the toe of a slope or on the head of a slope. Sometimes, to make the holes a little bit more difficult, they'll be closer to the slopes, but for the most part, on days like today when traffic's really high, we try and keep them off the slopes. And then the other thing that we're looking for is areas like this where we've got an old plug, and of course we don't want to set it near there because it could upset the ball roll as it goes into it. So this is our hole changer. It's the same one that we've always used. This is a depth gauge, and what it does is it makes sure that when the hole goes into the ground, when we go to pull the plug out, that we're down to the depth that is required for the cup to sit flat, plus the relief from the cup set. And I'll show you how that works when I go to put the old cup back in. So what we do is we start the process, and then we check to make sure that it's level, back away a few feet, walk 90 degrees, check to make sure that's level, looks pretty good, all up, and then the greens are pretty hard, so we make sure that that ring is right down to the bottom. Okay? And then what we do is we slowly take it out, because otherwise the plug will come out of the bottom. We insert the changer. There. We take our pre-made tool, which is really just a broom handle with a couple of nails in it. Pull the top of the plug out. And what we're looking for is just a bit above the surface. So that's pretty good. What we do is we take our, it's kind of like a ball marker, and work those edges together. Now what, I'm not prying up, I'm just kind of gently manipulating the turf, because what I don't want to do is pull it away from the roots. And you can do that easily by lifting up on the plug. There, now I'm just kind of pushing it all together, working from the outside, going out further and further. That's pretty good. That should net nicely. Okay, so this is the new hole location, and you can see I've got the cup and the tool for setting it. It's called a cup set. We just make sure that that's clear of any debris. So that fits on, it's quite tight. And that sits down in the hole. And then we step on it, give it a good tap, pull it away. And you can see that the hole is quite flat around it. We haven't had any lifting from the cup. Okay, so same process. We pick our location. The hole changer in, drive it down as far as it'll go, and then apply a bit more weight. There we go. Again, sitting flush with the green, and then we slowly pull it up. You can see there's no movement there at all. Okay, now I'm up on number 9 green, and I'm going to do this again just to make sure that everybody understands the process. Hole changer goes in, check to make sure that it's straight. Get the ring down to the surface again. Contact is full all the way around, and then pull it up. Cup set goes in. There we go. No change in the area surrounding the cup.